morning, beautiful people. Good morning. Good morning. You know, I will never get nobody name up. They was like, they was like, is that a wig? What was that? I said, I don't know. I don't do hair. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna say the other women that was in there. Some at the, you know, the Mariners, they was laughing at the gym with me this morning and said, we know you gonna put them hairstyles. I said, I am. So I know, because we got 130. I said, I am. I'm going to put it up there. Now, one downvote is Liddell or Kansas. I'm not messing with it. But look who they said that was Crockett. We got Stephen A. Smith attacking her now. Jasmine Crockett.
Attacking our whole nationality. So it ain't nothing new with him. He's the fastest race. He all that. He let you know who he is. He ain't holding him up.
But he black.
Stephen Miller ain't.
No, Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, man.
I'm talking about Stephen A. Smith. You ain't see how they said to us, y'all wrong. Y'all wrong. I mean, listen, hey, some laugh with you, some laugh at you. They laughed at me plenty of times. I laughing too, shit. But, hey, it is what it is. But, boy, we was rolling. They was like, you gonna put them pictures up? I said, I am. She the one brought up content. She said, are they trying to use stuff for content? I said, well, she gave it to me. This what I had wanted to say. I was watching one guy. I was looking for his video. And he was talking about, like in Chicago, when they raided the hotel. And I get both sides, not the hotel, the apartment complex. But, and as he was breaking it down, and it was like what they doing is, what they not telling people is, and it's bad on both sides, but these was the ones that the Democrats had. Remember they took them to Martha's Vineyard and everything?
Yeah.
What's up?
I just can't fathom that, right? Like, I'm still stuck on, you touch my kids, I'm touching you. It's that serious. And the fact that he's just letting this man skate by, but a dude who does something peaceful, that rallies the community to do something peaceful, right? How often do we see people today get groups of people together, rile them up, and go set them loose? Jed Grattan gathered a group of people, got them focused, and did something productive, and he's the fucking monster? This is some bull.
Oh, we here. What's up, family? What's up? What's up? What's up, family? What's up? We in the... Oh, my goodness. Hello, stranger.
Hello.
I would say hello, stranger danger. What's up?
Not quite.
What's up,
yo? What it do, good? Hey, man, off the Chitlin circuit onto the $5 Friday, man. I done made it to prime time. You know, they only let, you know, Otis only let me out the closet a couple of times, man. So, you know, I gotta make it shine when I get my time. So I'm happy to be here for the 2026.
And she said the 2026. Everything we count on the 6.
Oh, man.
Like the 6s. Hey, common sense, good morning. Good morning. The lovely Deborah Luna, good morning. Good morning. Bonnie Vanner, Mama Quill, Andre Holland, the lovely Beverly Biggs Levy, the lovely Terry Nixon in the building, Jaja Boy, top of the morning, the lovely Avis Hopkins. How you doing? What's up, No Games? The lovely Sharon in the building. Loving me. We're going to love you back, beloved. The lovely Felicia Martinez is in the building. You heard Deborah O'Neill. How you doing, beloved? The lovely Linda Chilton in the building. Y'all heard what Deborah said. She said, you got to stay blessed. What's up, Tony Terry? I see you, Miami Dade, Collins 305. The Canes then pulled it out. Jazzy Melanie, the lovely Jazzy Melanie, good morning. Concrete Jungle, what it do? The lovely Luana Terry, what it do? Good morning, good morning. Marcia A. Tarbert, I see you in the building. Tasha Lynn, good morning. Wanda Smith, good morning. Look at Pastor Nicholas J. Gaddis. He said, good morning. Good morning, brother. He said, made it through successfully eye surgery he had. He said, I'm reading that wrong. Good morning, brother. Made it through surgery successfully. Love you all. You heard? Kenneth, good morning. Wanda Smith, good morning. The lovely Wanda Smith. New one, good morning, beloved. And we got Avis came in with that $5 right off the dribble, you heard. And you see Miss Big said good morning to y'all. Omar, what it do? And Pastor Nicholas J. Gaddis said, what's up, Yogi G?
What's happening, Pastor Gaddis? Glad you made it through your surgery, man. You're an important part of this team.
Ain't it? Sandra Nichols Martin in the building. We got one half of the Wonder Twins, Debbie Clark. I think we got a sponsor today, Yogi.
Uh-oh.
Let me see if I got this right. This is by Felicia from New Jersey. You heard that's that East Coast love. She said Mickey's Roll Call is sponsored by 14-year-old Zayla Avant-Garde for securing her place in history by becoming the first African-American winner of National Script Spelling Bee. 208 contestants, 5 countries. I wouldn't have made it out of Flint. But, shout out to the young lady. You truly representing. I probably wouldn't have made it out my ward.
Hey, you ain't by yourself, Mick. I told you, this DCPS education don't take me but so far, man.
It led you right to us. Welcome to 810. You see how far this Flint education took me right here. I ain't going nowhere. I wouldn't let you go nowhere. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We got Michelle Smith in the building. How you doing, Michelle Smith, a.k.a. Ann, and her husband is in the building. Good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful people. So, what's going on, Yogi G? Like, what you got on the what's now? Because I got to make sure I do it right. Like, what you got for me? What you got?
Man, I'm still stuck in being happy to be here. I feel like I ain't seen the chat in the virtual person in months and Sundays. As a matter of fact, I'll be corny like the rest of them. I ain't seen y'all since last year. But more importantly, listen, I'm happy to be here because guess what? It is $5 Friday, and y'all know what it do, man. Listen, first rule of order of engaging here on this Good Friday at 810 News Media Group is to one, smash the like button. For our haters, you do what you do, but I can promise you, nobody will know you were here. But we will find it important for you to hit that like button so that the algorithm can get the news that you can use out here in the ether. And whether it be $5 Friday, where you hear from somebody like me from the outside of the 202, or the 810 News Media Group chat, man, we need to make sure that everybody know what's happening in these streets and get the truth about it, and a little bit of opinion. I hope that everybody is making it well. I know we had some losses of the 810 News Media Group family, so I just want to send my condolences while we at it. And I guess, Trevor been working, y'all. So Trevor got some intros and things like that. So I don't want to just get to talking if there's a process to order. I've been on the chitlin circuit, so I gotta pass it over to Otis and see how we do this thing here.
No, we finna get it right because she gave you how you got to come in, but just to remind you what today is. What's up, Cicero? Thank you for tapping in, the lovely Carolyn Hendricks. I mean, y'all know what it is. It's at the bottom. It's $5 Friday because somehow we're going to get to this 50 racks. Chris Caleb, you almost had me spooked this morning. Chris made me want to damn near put the 50,000 on hold. Say, y'all, family, I'm going to send the money back. I don't even want it.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to tell you what Chris sent me.
I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
He sent me a woman going to jail for scamming. I'm like, she was selling trips. I said, oh, my God. I woke up when I looked at it. I'm like, yep, I'm sending everything back. I don't even want it. I'm sending back. I got y'all. I'm like, but I show everything I do. I'm like, I don't even want it.
It's always a scandal waiting in the background. Man.
Hell yeah. I'm like, I don't even want it. I don't even want it no more. So I'm going to stick to this $5 Friday. You heard?
Well, $5, just $5. You could just spend that on. I don't know what your pleasure choice is. It might be McNasty's, might be a little Subway. I don't know, but $5 will get us a long way when the money come together for 810 to still be out here. Your independent news source. to continue to do what they need to do and bring on good people like myself, Brother Elliot. You know, you got Winston and the team. It helps A10 to expand so that we can hear from all over the United States and maybe somewhere else. You never know. This A10 News Media Group is reaching different spaces. So, you know, your $5 today can help us get 50K tomorrow. And we appreciate you so much.
Facts. And you see, new one came in with that $5. You heard? In the super chat because it's $5 Friday. I'm trying to make sure, what did I miss? Denise Cousins, good morning. Thank you for tapping in this morning. You heard them. See, Sweet Cupcake on break. Thank you for tapping in. Then we got to say, what's up, Omar? Thought we say, hey, Mickey, we're going to have to find a way to having our 810 on one shot. I think that would be fire. Oh, my God.
All right, probably.
Oh, wow, y'all. Hey, family, we got Cicero. I'm just looking at it. Said, good morning, family. He said, have a blessed, safe day. He said, keep my wife in your prayers. Just had leave work rush to. Hey, Cicero, she is in our prayers. I just had to go back so I was seeing what was going on. Yeah, prayers to the A10 family. You know, Cicero, that's the family from down in Florida. Coretta H, thank you for tapping in. We got Stanley Wood. How did y'all like Stanley Wood's show last night?
I loved it, man. Stanley, you all right with me, man. As long as you coding and the pressure on the people next, we can always sit down at the table.
For sure. And Michael B, good morning. Good morning. And we make sure we send them prayers to Cicero and his lovely wife, you heard? And hit back with us and let us know. I don't care if it's if you hit us in the chat or inboxes, Facebook, whatever. Well, Yogi, hold up. I know we got something from DC, Yogi. I know we got to get to we got to get to it. But this is how we're gonna introduce this segment that we doing from Yogi G, because she's from the 202, and we can't just give everything about Flint. We want to know what's going down that way. So, as we gear to this segment, this is Yogi G segment. Just give me a second before we can put it together for Yogi G. And the floor is yours, Yogi G.
Hey, man, that's pretty fire. Hey, Trevor, you got my tattoos and everything, man. I'm pretty impressed. Man, listen. I like to say, from the no man's land of Apocalypse Center, we are still holding on and strong, trying to hold down the forefront of democracy. It's been rough. I know you guys been talking about what happened in Minneapolis. And so, of course, with us being the nation's capital, everything starts here as far as like people coming down and to protest and things like that. So we just kind of been managing that part while we going through our own trials and tribulations of having our biggest shift in DC, because we got a lot of our uppers that are leaving the Titanic. That's what I was telling Trevor yesterday. It's like we on the Titanic and we don't got the keys to the rafts, man. So we out here scrambling, scratching, and surviving in DC, man.
Because I gotta ask you something. I seen something yesterday. They kind of stopping Trump war powers right now. Congress supposed to limit it. Come on now.
So that, man. Like I was laughing with a friend of mine. I was just like, as if he cared about that approval in the first place. Did he not invade Venezuela without the approval of Congress? So you're like, okay, you got us. You did it overnight. You did what we needed to do. Now we're gonna take your power back. How does that work?
He ain't playing. That's all I can tell you. Trump ain't playing with none of them. He ain't playing.
Hey, Mick, Trump ain't been playing since he knocked down the east wing of the White House. It's still a gaping hole back there. It looks totally odd. Like we going through a whole, I don't even know how to describe it, man.
I'm going to be honest with you. To me, I'm like, hey, look, I'm like, we got a maverick in there. This is what America wanted. It's like they wanted somebody that, like, he ain't playing. When he telling them he gonna do something, he went. Listen, when you go, because I'm trying to go pull up, when you seen Trump go over there and invade. I mean, when it took them some of the stuff that they done, I've been like, Lord have mercy. Hey, we tried to cut a deal. He didn't want to listen. When you see how them people, I was looking at some of the footage where how he went and knocked down stuff, like the way he sent that team in, and they went and got Maduro. Man, listen, Trump showed the world, I will come to your crib. Now, we only see stuff like this in the hood where, when people and gangsters, when they come over taking stuff over, we going to come and take your leader and we finna take over and control your resources. This some stuff you see in movies and stuff. No, what you seeing is real live in action. I'm like, Lord, have mercy.
Well, I mean, here's the fair point, right? I can give you DC in a local sense and give you DC in a national sense, right? And I know Trevor got something lined up for this. But I will say, the latest news is that he's making plans to start dropping bombs or doing assault in Mexico. So that's what we're hearing in the streets. But what I found a little more interesting and maybe a little soul clenching, did you see, was it the Prime Minister chat? Correct me, I might not know the proper title, but it was a video circulating from one of the higher ups in China, and he had a very distinct message for us in America. It pretty much said that, we promise not to attack you first, but we want to let you know that you will not get an opportunity to attack a second time.
I seen that.
Yeah.
I seen that. Well, I listen.
What you supposed to do with that, Nick?
Trump ain't playing. That's all I can tell you.
Shooting the shit's tea, trying to listen. I love you shooting the shit's tea, but that agitator almost sent me to the moon. Trump says since he took over DC, it's no more crime. There are people are wait. Reading is hard. Let me slow down.
Okay.
Trump says since he took over DC, it's no more crime there, and people are happy walking down the streets again. Yeah, his people. His people that's going straight into the White House. Man, listen, every space has crime. And I'm not saying DC was like totally absolved of not having its trials. But the way that they described it as of August 4th to justify the takeover that we had with the National Guard, it is not that. If you come to DC today, you're not even going to see the things that you're seeing in Minneapolis or any of these places with ICE and things like that. You're not going to see it as prominently, So like to say that he was the reason why now we're sitting here skipping down the streets peacefully, that's not it. And then also locally, we had some challenges, so people ain't sitting up here walking and holding hands and flying kites around this joint.
Facts. And just the public service announcement. Cicero said she got pneumonia. Family, y'all be safe out here because my Nicole, her family is getting over that. The flu is real and turned into pneumonia. Y'all be careful.
Y'all got circulating in Flint too?
Pigs, yeah. Put y'all mask on too. I tell you, put your mask on. It's rough out here.
Yeah, we just had an alert up here. Flu is running rampant in DC as well. And then we got something called the winter vomiting virus that is going around DC. So, yeah, put your mask on, people.
Yeah, put your mask on. Thanks, Cicero. Okay, Allen said during Trump's first term, he threatened China. A few weeks later, it was an outbreak of COVID. Listen, there's some of this stuff, but he is. But you see how he talked to. He's like he said, Cuba's about. He said Cuba about to fall. Talking about, but it's going. I forgot what's the name of the doctrine that he going with, the Monroe Doctrine, and I can listen. He gonna take this Western Hemisphere. He not playing. Like he was saying, he want to go. But my thing is because I do be watching different people pages and stuff, and that's why I'm asking you this. What is it? Because we have so many people. They saying it ain't the oil. Because I'm seeing different people. What is he going to Venezuela for? Because he said it was the oil. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what was the purpose of going over there? Like, is the dude really selling drugs? Was he really a drug dealer? Because listen, here in America, if you black, you know how you can get things called trumped up charges on you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the thing. We have a president named Trump. But you can get a thing, just ask Trump when he said, then they put charges on him. When he said he felt like when they tried to impeach him, they was trumped up charges, right?
That's what he said.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So what makes you want, how do he expect people to believe? Because they were showing when they said when they had him, because to me, I'm telling y'all, family, if I love to study history, to me, this is no different than when the Romans brought who was it? Marcus Antony and Cleopatra when they rolled her down the streets. But remember, they was dead though. When they rolled them down on the chariot to bring them back, except them, they was dead then. These people are alive. They brought him and his wife here. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
And then you putting these charges on them.
And not to mention it was a public display. It wasn't done quietly. The news was rolling the whole time, from the time that they landed in the helicopter to the time him and his wife got out the helicopter. The whole transport, all of it was a political, a public mess.
Good morning, Sherry Allen. That's what I'm saying. It's like, and to me, that's what I'm looking at. I'm like, but it was a signal to his other people. You see how we just went to Venezuela and took their president and took their resources, and then you hear how Trump saying the one lady want to be president, talking about giving her Nobel Peace Prize to him.
That was prior to she dedicated her Nobel Peace Prize to Trump. She was paying homage. She was paying tributes.
If you can't see this game that they playing, I'm just saying he signaled to the other ones. You had the one Colombian president saying, "Come and get me," and then I guess he kind of backpedaling on what he said. You can't play this game with a maverick. When you playing, you trying to challenge somebody, saying I won't do this, and they come. But even I know you're gonna have to do boots on the ground eventually.
And who has to do boots on the ground?
America gonna have to send troops on the ground in Venezuela to get that thing under control. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you can send your helicopters, you can send it. You can send your drones. You can do all that, but at the end of the day, you have to send boots on the ground if you really gonna try to handle this. If you really want to get control of stuff.
Well, Mick, how you gonna have boots on the ground when you already got your? I know it's the National Guard, right? But there is unrest that is building on American soil that may just implode before we even get a chance to even try to get boots on the ground into Venezuela or any other of these hot spots that he's starting many wars in. So It's like, to me, it's counterproductive. Like my grandmother, she's from the further down the Mason-Dixon South. And she used to have this saying called, "You cutting your nose to spite your face."
Facts.
And if you are going to war in times of war, maybe, the chat, set me straight. It would seem to me that you would want the people to be behind it, so that if you wanted bodies to go invest in the cause, that they will be going to do that. But right now, you kind of messing up the church's money because the people in America are not happy with this administration.
Yeah. Because this why I want to hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm working. Yeah, because this I did find something. This why I'm like, what's really going on?
Well, Mick, the chat has been answering your questions. They've been talking along with us, so I just wanted to chat. Yeah,
I'm finna get over here with it because I was just looking up for a video. Let me see what it says. Steny Hoyer is getting out of Dodge. Okay, Steny Hoyer. Okay. It said, did I see he invited the Colombian president to the White House while my tripping? Yeah, he invited him, but I wouldn't go. I'll go think about what's my man's from back in the day from Haiti who went back over there and they put his ass Toussaint Louverture. He better do some history watching. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like,
while you can put that Lord into that. While you can, you better watch the history and learn some things.
Yeah, you better, because this is what I wanted to play, Yogi, right here. This right here. I got this from Jimmy Dore, just in case y'all want to know. Different little what's the name. But this is what it's saying. Trump DOJ flip-flops and drop drug charges, cartel charges against Maduro. So what is
that Maduro is the leader of this cartel that everyone has now acknowledged doesn't exist. He's on mainstream media telling you that Maduro is running a cartel that doesn't exist. That and then shows like this are called misinformation. This is your mainstream media. So the U.S. is not at war with Venezuela, as Trump has told us. We've just bombed their country and kidnapped their leader, but we're not at war, so don't worry. Some people think we are at war, but it turns out some of the reasons for doing this, the government might not have been totally honest with us about. Can you believe that, Kurt?
I can believe that when I'm hearing all this sarcasm and
that's
blackpilling.
It's just so
I don't need your sarcastic blackpilling.
It's unlike them. That's all I'm saying. Usually they're so honest.
My goodness. You know, you dress in black like a big black pill and you come in here and talk sarcastic.
All right, let's hear about it.
Remember how the U.S. began selling its campaign against Venezuela's Nicolas Maduro?
Maduro uses foreign terrorist organizations like TDA,
Sinaloa,
like and Cartel of the
Games.
Suns to bring deadly drugs and violence into our country.
Stop drugs into the United States.
They load the boats up with drugs.
The United States will impose and enforce sanctions to the maximum extent to deprive Maduro of the resources he.
Okay. I just wanted to. I'm trying to figure out, like, so it's not drugs.
That's what they saying in the streets. It's not drugs.
It's not drugs.
Nah. New one said, though, America is in debt. Venezuela has oil. War pays the bills. Boots will be on the ground. It's not the first time we have done this. Facts.
And that's all I'm saying. Like, when you go look at this stuff, because like I said, I love to study history. And I'm going back, and it made me just think, like, how you saw how wrong them when they marched that man and his wife here. Could you imagine if somebody came here and grabbed Trump, president, and his wife and took them to another country, land, and marched them through their city, how they brought them in? And then we just sit up here and you done knocked down 32 people. Remember this, 32 people was knocked down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, when they tell you they want them resources, they want them resources. And
don't
you
threaten
know,
me with a good time. That's a fever dream right there. That they would come and return the favor.
Oh my goodness.
Personally.
Okay, Alan just did this and said, and it was a lie saying the woman ran over the ICE agent. The video proves it. That's from Alan.
There are several people have provided several angles of that unfortunate murder of God, I had her name on the tip of my tongue and it's not coming to me, but the mother who was murdered in Minneapolis, and it's just like, on one hand we could sit and argue about whether or not she was right or whether she was wrong. I think the more important topic to keep focus on is the brutality that is happening on American soil, and that people are being victimized in their own space, and that the government is choosing to ignore the seat of power of that particular city when they say get out. And they in fact have not gotten out, as I've talked to people who live there and advocate and organize there. They have not gotten out. If anything, they have increased the number of presence that they have there, and they have gone full throttle. They are now showing up to the schools. They have been snatching parents. They are snatching teachers. The community is fighting back. And so, like, I think that if you're going to walk away with anything as an example, especially in this, since it's a hot topic on the media, is that the people are still showing up. The people are still fighting.
And that's why I say this not going to end good. Because when you bring police force in, presence in, this is what happened. I get this is ICE and what they doing, but this one we be meaning when you over police. This is what happened when it never turns out good when you bring them in. They already coming with a notion like just think they're already coming in, all the stuff they hearing about the illegals. I'm not saying some are bad. I'm not gonna say all are bad, but how they going about it. It's never good when they bring them in. What they think when they used to bring the police in the neighborhoods when the kids. I know a lot of people don't want to say it, but you can ask people from here. I don't know in DC how they did it, but I know the police here when they would come in, when the boys would be out on the blocks, they would shut the block down. Now, how they was gonna shut it down might not been all the way to your liking or my liking, but what do you expect people to do when they looking at you want your neighborhood overran with people selling drugs out there? You know what I'm saying? Like,
thank you, Kobe Fatty. It's Renee Goody. And to your point, Mick, like nobody wants to be in a space where they feel like it's endangered and you can't even go out your front door. That's what I'm saying. Like living in DC, I'm 43 years old. You know what I mean? So like I done seen it all. I done had to hop over unalive bodies just to keep going to school. So like it's nothing. It's not. It shouldn't never be normalized to live in that kind of trauma and violence. But once again, it didn't make it any different from what they tried to use as a justification to bring the National Guard into the nation's capital. Mm-hmm. Like we were already dealing with it. We, as a city, we were coming up with solutions, and never once did we, as a city, come to the government and say, "Hey, you know what would really make it work? National Guard." And so, like, it's just egregious now to see that they are disregarding the leadership and their opinion on how to deal with their cities. And so, like, that's what we're dealing with right now. Like, you are breaching the contract of being an American citizen, and we are supposed to have rule over what we do in our cities and states, and the government is supposed to be assistive when it comes to unilateral matters. And I also want to just, before you tackle on new ones, chat, I saw Sister Sherry Allen ask, is ICE still in DC? Yes, Sherry Allen, ICE is still in DC, but it has not been as prevalent as it was like in August 4th. We haven't had like back-to-back news reports or anything like that about anything egregious happening. Not to say they're not still here, but our news has now pivoted to something different. So we wouldn't know unless we're talking to each other in the streets, which is what media does. It makes it a thing until it doesn't have to be a thing, and they move on to the next thing, and everything else gets done in the dark.
And I agree with you, because I'm looking at back, like you said, what New One said. Am I wrong, or is the rest of America shocked because they're being treated like black people have always been treated? And I think it's messing with them. You know what I'm saying? It's messing with them because this is what we do experience. Shooting the shit Tisha, I think, and good morning, my fellow self-wardens. I think most people would try to get away if people with masks jump out a truck with guns. They are not in any law enforcement vehicle. You is going to try to run. Let me be honest. Like a lot of the stuff that's going on, let's be real. It seems like if you grew up in the hood, you see a person hop out with a mask, 9 times out of 10, that means you don't stay there long. Them just rules. Matter of fact, if you see a van pulling up speeding, you know, as a kid, I know we used to play games, be pulling up. We have a different car of people to know we'll pull up, but sometimes that can lead to you getting played. But I'm just
y'all playing dangerously.
Yeah, but you'll play games. I'm just saying that's just certain stuff you did as kids. But when you seeing this stuff now, and you got to think, let me be honest with you, family. I'll be shook sometime, and I know I'm legit. When the police get behind me, I go to be like, damn, do I got my license? You know what I'm saying? So I can understand a person that's is a Hispanic or Arab or anything that who they want right now out the country. I can believe some of them who are here legal probably be shook because them people is just getting out, jumping at the people. Like them ICE agents, in my humble opinion, the way they going to round up people, and it look like I say, it's not a good way to go about it. Good morning, Christy Coleman. It's like go throw on the slave movie, and when they were sending the slave catchers out there, that's how it's like they rounding them up. To me, it's just how they act.
That triggered me, Mick, because when you say watch a slave movie, instantly that movie that Brother Elliot put us on last time, I won't forgive him for it. I love him for it, but I won't forgive him for it because it's been haunting me ever since. That Goodbye Uncle Tom, oh my goodness, man.
I mean, there's no way you gonna do something right. That's what I'm telling you. When they talking about separating kids, who you thought was separating? Listen, and I hate to be we just gonna have to be honest. Like, people don't want to hear this. This ain't the first time they've been separating kids. What about them plantation babies? What they thought this was something new that they did. They go, man, anytime you can take a 7-year-old kid from their mama and go put them, might send them up north. Let's just say you went from, say, to the Carolinas or something. You think they really care? See, we act like listen, I'm just saying on what you're dealing with. They not caring. We have so many different things. You break the rule, they will ship you up out of here. And and I do feel bad for what the people going through. I'm gonna just tell you, I do feel bad, but there's no way. And this what I do hate. Don't use them coming over. Oh, they took our jobs. No, them the jobs that y'all was offering. We not gonna work for them little $3 hour jobs. So let's stop that when they say no, they not taking our job. Them corporations, and we know who run them. They want cheap labor. This is nothing new. They want cheap labor. Y'all gave a reason for cheap labor. Just come out and say we want you back on the plantation. I can accept that better than you telling me, oh, they taking your jobs. No. That's how they take. I didn't give it to them. How they taking something I didn't give? You can't offer me a job if you think I'm finna go in and work for $8, $9 an hour. I can tell you I'm not doing it. I can tell you that right now. Even though I have worked free here working for people, I'm just telling you. So I can't say I ain't worked for free before. I'm just saying in Flint, it's wicked.
But you know what, Mick? You say that, right? And then if it was to go circulate out into the world, people would hear that and be like, oh, well, you're not grateful. You know, they get the opportunity because y'all feel like you're too good to work those. No, we want a different opportunity because we know the cost of living is not connected with the cost that the price that you're paying for these jobs. Right. Especially with me living here in the District of Columbia, right? I $17 an hour, I know in other spaces sounds like $1 million an hour. And I can appreciate that we had that privilege to even say that there are jobs that are here that you can do that you get $17 an hour, whether it's you cleaning up a school or whether it's you, well, maybe not working in retail. We just upped our minimum wage in DC. Mm-hmm. But I mean, what I'm saying is that even if you are in other spaces, you see that $17 an hour, to live here in the District of Columbia, it costs way more than that. You need to be making a job where you're making about $28 an hour. And that's for a studio. Maybe a room.
And who raised up the cost of fucking living? Let's get to that right there. I didn't tell you to raise no houses up here for no 150-some thousand, and you want me to work for $12 an hour and like I'm supposed to make it work. Oh, well, you can't live here then. What type of shit is that? That's like telling somebody when they had the job, you got to go down to Pontiac or you got to go down this way, then in 30 minutes away. Oh, well, you know what? We have some buses that'll take you down there. So, you know what I'm saying? For me to try to make it, but whoever the geniuses who came up with this idea, they need to be drug tested. Cost of living going up. Like, are you serious? I'm just saying, like, why you don't do a cost of living wage? You know what I'm saying? Like, they want poor people from how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, because the people who are in control of those decisions don't have to live with the impact of slow walking, people having access to being able to have livable wages, sustainable wages, not just affordable. Affordable is a tricky word. And then I forgot where I was. When people start hollering about affordability, you better check them to make sure that they're giving you the actual perception and definition of that word, because they've been tricking Negroes around here in DC for 40 days and 40 nights. We still ain't got an actual commitment to what affordability looks like. And all we know is that people keep coming into the city that's making more than us, and them the people that they seem to be favoring. So when you talk about affordable to somebody who making only $40,000 a year versus somebody who making $146,000 a year,
yeah,
that's a gray area. Somebody's gonna get the bulldozer per our mayor, and I don't think it's gonna be the $146K.
Facts. But you just saw, my bad. Good morning, Miss Lovely Karaja Smith. Just look what Marcia Tauber said. My daughter makes 17 and a half an hour and is living in my house permanently unless she gets a better job after college. She ever graduates, she has until 26. We got to work with the family still. But that's what I'm saying. They want us to put you like, then put your kid, I go over here. So you want me to have my kid go live where it's goddamn bullets riddling through, because, you know, they got places for you can live at. But you can't have this good. Like, why do I got to come outside, see somebody get shot? Why I got to come outside, see all this filth? Because you put it at that I only can make 17 and a half out, 17 and a half. Hell, don't you think the hood want to live just like the people uptown living? You don't think downtown have respectable people?
No.
I'm just saying, like, so I want to walk outside, see drug dealers. I want to walk outside, see winos. Hell, I want the same privilege that anybody supposed to have, but they make this shit levels. I'm just saying levels.
America is built on a bootstrap mentality, even though they know that people walking out here bootless.
Yeah.
They ain't got the boots, let alone the straps to pull them up. And so it is that mentality that carries on even when the government is not the ones that's saying it. We hold each other accountable to bootstrap. And let me speak from a place of I and the location that I'm in the District of Columbia. What I find to be often the conversation is that people are attacking those who are finding themselves in poverty by accusing them of not wanting to work. Like, to your point, Mick, like, I just want to wake up and just struggle. I just want to wake up and go shake a cup of change and have people look at me and judge me all day. That's not the vibes. That is mentally draining. Right. But also, you have to admit that there are narrow pathways to access to get you out of those circumstances by design. And because those people who they choose or who find the keys to that narrow pathway, now they feel justified to tell people that you need to get like me. And if you can't get like me, then you the enemy. And that's crazy to think, right? Because, like, are we not in America, especially when we're melanated to melanated, do we not have a past of being outcast and tortured and intentionally put at the bottom of the totem pole? Like, are you dumb or are you dumb? I can't.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, and this is Congress. I mean, y'all can't tell that. Listen, I'm looking at these people. They get up in there and it's like, what y'all mean y'all can't tell what's going on? You think 17, you don't think minimum wage should have went up to $20-some an hour? But hey, you got corporations can come right in. They act like, why they not going after the corporations that's hiring these, you know what I'm saying, people that they have let into the country? Because it's never a good way to say it, like the visitors.
I like how you took your time with that. Yeah. I saw you thinking it through. I appreciate it.
It's never a good way because you gotta kind of think before you say things and come out be messed up. But
especially in this chat, boy, you'll get plain boiled.
No, because you have to be. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, who said to come on over here that you come to America is the milk and honey? Who sit up here and said, because we argue amongst each other, but how can, and I get it, far as people, far as the citizens who already here struggling. How can you see, even though when you seen the mothers in Chicago, like, y'all cutting us down, but we seeing, you know what I'm saying, the people, the refugees or whatever who have came here and got this. Like, I feel like the government bad on that when you had the mayor coming out. You know what I'm saying? Even they saying we not gonna let ICE come take their kids. I love that these Congress people stepping up like this. But what the fuck was y'all at when we were struggling here? What was y'all stepping up and saying, where's the black teachers at? I get it, you was feeling bad, but you don't feel bad about the one that can barely read. I just wish we had a more of an outcry like we have for everything else. I'm not mad. But what was y'all outcry for the neighborhoods where you see our hoods where they at? We see our students falling behind. Where's the outcry that at?
Well, I think what we're coming to terms with right now is that even the convenience that you had to just have these conversations just behind your closed doors is becoming hard to not address on a day-to-day basis, right? And you got to make some decisions on what part of history you're going to be on, what you're going to do about it. We all could sit here and point out the things that we know are happening. We got history books that we still have access to confirm what we doing. You got A10 News Media Group. with Brother Elliot and Mick bringing it to you, bringing you the historical facts of what we're dealing with today. And then the question still lands at this and will never change. What are you prepared to do for the side of history that you want to be on? Those are conversations I want to have. Maybe Chat can give us some ideas because, you know, being in DC, we got to think like that, man. We are literally in ground zero. We can't, if we had an evacuation plan here in DC, let me tell you, from my side of town, I would never make it to cross the bridge to even see any kind of freedom for me and mine. So I got to fight and I got to figure it out. I don't have a choice to sit here and be silent and worry about me going to jail. It's either go to jail or go to hell. Which one you want to do? Like, if you feel so adamant about the freedom and the democracy and the rights that you think you have as being an American citizen, and what you doing to prove that in this 2026, because that's what it's going to take.
Facts. No facts.
I'm just saying, we got an administration that's doing its own thing. And everybody keep talking about something, this not right, this not right. But yet people still getting killed or unalive. People still going to jail.
Yeah.
Not the one who need to, but the other people around them still going to jail.
Yeah.
They're still passing laws that say that you can't do this and still sending the goons. So, I mean, America, you got to get real with the times that we in. Drawing a nice little sign and banging on your drums and tambourine ain't going to get us where we need to be. I'm sorry to tell you. And I'm not that much of a soldier myself, right? I sit and say these things just like as I try to figure out what I'm going to do to show up. It's not easy to say, give me life or give me, what is it? Give me death or give me liberty. Yeah.
First thing they give us is death. You looking for liberty. Shut up, boy. I'm just saying, being honest, you have to really look at it. We got, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying what the president is doing is right. I'm against it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I know we got other fights that we got to take on. I can't stop him from what he going to do over there in Venezuela. Hell, if I can stop him, how many political prisoners that we done went through, that you got people locked up, they done did 40 or 50 years for trying to, we take a chance even coming out, speaking out some of the stuff we saying. I'm just saying, look at our communities. It's messed up. Look at the people they done took away from us. They give us the guns and the drugs and then look at us and say, look at them savages. These are the same people, like, but they feel like what they mad about going on over there, it's the same stuff. Not a one black person on a plane that could bring drugs in. I was watching some stuff. Oh my God, you know what? Let me hit this one right here for. We got one more. You know, we got one more. This is when me and Yogi really, because we kind of went into it, but let's go on and get to it. We're gonna ride it out.
Round and round we go.
Now we can go and get off into this because we kind of hit some of the national news. I'm just saying this is. I gotta go to this right here, Yogi. I gotta find this.
Oh man, Mick, I ain't got no therapist. My DC Medicaid won't pay for it. What you about to put up here, boy? I got the rest of the day.
Hold on 1 second. Let me put this up on here. But people can understand like what we go through. Like I don't think people really be understanding. Like when we be saying what the fights that we went through. This how dope this is. Oh, not dope. It's very. Just think about this right here. Let me play this for y'all. And this is from Black soldiers share their racism experience in Vietnam in the 70s.
Get a pound here. It's nothing but a greed. That's all. We can't wear our bracelets in the movie. How come? How come? It's illegal, they say. It's against regulation. They come down hard. We have to. All right. If you don't take it off before you come in the theater, you don't get in theater. You know, this is the way they do this thing. Right. They said the afro was legal. Am I right or wrong? That's what they said. It was legal. We can sport the afro. All right. This man, there's a lot of brothers here. This man here's got an afro. This is an afro right here. Or somewhat of an afro. It's not big, no. But they want us to wear skin head. What they call it, high and tight. High and tight. It's not my culture. Am I right or wrong? They come over here. They get, all right, a Vietnamese girl. She called me a nigger. A Vietnamese girl. I know it's not part of their language. Can't nobody tell me that's part of their language. But I'm going to go over here. The beast, you know that. See, we go over here. We fight.
Nah. Okay, fam. I just wanted to play that little short clip right there. You know what I'm saying? Now, did you hear what he said? How did Vietnamese know they was niggas? Who taught that over there? Like, see, these are some of the stuff, and I get some of these because, like I said, I had several uncles. Old man was in the army. I mean, was in the military. You know, they was a bunch of family members. You know what I'm saying? But this is how would they know that? That's what I'm saying. So when you experience what you're going through, and this is nothing different. Like when we talk about, I forget what is that they got to come through immigration when they come through here.
Yeah.
People don't know that with the image that they portray of blacks here, they already, if you looking at that, if they did that, was doing that in the army, and you want me to believe that, you know what I'm saying? But we'll look at that, oh, that's one little incident. That was in the 70s. What about if I go back to the 40s and 50s and every war? You know what I'm saying? This is what you got to deal with. That's even coming here. Just look, I'll look at the people, they say the DEI. You know, let's talk about DEI did this. And like you said, I'm on X. I'm on X now. I'll be watching the different stuff. Who benefited from DEI?
Why he say women?
Huh?
Why he say women?
Yeah, but no, they didn't say. They was acting like blacks benefited from DEI. We was the last ones. And it's like, when you saying what's going on, like the beef and stuff, don't get me wrong. I do feel bad what's happening to other communities, but look at our communities. Look how they brought drugs in. Just go back. I mean, all these agencies that we pump up, people say this will never happen. We look at the Tuskegee experiment, but we forget about who invented crack and when they dropped crack right in on the black neighborhoods. Did anybody get in trouble for that? Now, I'm just trying to figure it out. Did anybody get in trouble for that? We didn't see the Ricky Ross. Let me see what it says right here. Tony Terry said, no disrespect to my Latin chatting members, but here in Miami, blacks experience the Cubans looking down on us because they feel they are white. Don't nobody want to come here and say they black. They know what the experience here.
Race was a construct that was used to justify the tragedy, the trauma and the genocide that was given to like different nations in the justification of American pride and democracy, right? Patriotism, right? Words are hard, and I got a gap, so it's extra hard. But then I think about what Alan said early in our conversation. I went all the way back up in the chat to see this. He said, "Power respects power. If they have knowledge, we had on our own military, our police force, they will think twice on committing harm to us." So I'm just wondering, like, we do have people who are dedicated to our military forces that do know the history of America and still show up to defend the idea of patriotism and democracy. And in these times, I just wonder how conflicting that is when you see your veterans coming out into the streets to say that this is not right, that this is not the American way, this is not the America that they died for, this is not the America that they suffered PTSD from. And this is coming from a population, even if you talk about black participation in military, right? This is still with the continued disregard that they give us after we come back from the war, right? Because the VA services ain't right. The amount of veterans that we have in the District of Columbia that talk about the services that they supposed to receive versus what they do receive in the VA hospitals is ridiculous. It shouldn't happen. So now here we are, we getting put in this 15 different wars while there's a war happening here. And what is going to happen? What do people really, do you really think that the new election is going to get us back on track from all the devastation we've been in since what, 2020, full 25?
You ready to get your wig blew back real quick?
Not really, but go ahead. It's real, so I can hold on to it. Go ahead.
I know yours is real, Yogi. But I'm still ready to blow your wig back. Let me put this up for you. Let me do it like this. Let me show you something. When people think stuff is not real. When I say stuff is not real. Okay, let me blow this. How can I blow this up? Crap. Anyway, let me put this up here in case people don't know who this is. This is what Darrell Brown was letting people know he's gonna maybe run. I'm guessing running for the 7th ward.
That's what he said.
Now, guess what Stephen said? I live in the 7th ward. Now, one city council member elected in the past who is black has ever did a thing for the ward and the city. And the white woman who was elected 3 years ago was ousted by the black fatigue. Oh, hold up. I got to go back this way. Let me bring this one up. This is from Stephen. I live in the 7th ward. Not one city council member elected in the past who was black has ever did a thing for the ward and the city. Okay, so it was ousted 3 for black fatigue. That is infected within all the wards of city council. That is why he's not seeking re-election, because the corruption your culture has brought into the city. See what I'm saying? Said your culture.
Your culture. That was a fight.
Yeah, your culture. Yes, your culture. You see the brother try to respond back to him in the best manner. You know what I'm saying? Try to respond. He said accountability. I ain't want to go through all of it. Say we don't take accountability. Now, and this, that was in Flint. I'm not gonna give you how I got things like that. But if you think he the only one to live in Flint to think like that, you think he the only one to live in Flint who think like that, and that's why it's kind of hard for me to go over. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I feel the compassion what I'm seeing going on, what happened, but I'm looking at what's going on right here. Like you be looking at what's going on right there in DC. See, this is the type of stuff we dealing with. But they'll try to, that's just one isolated incident. That's how you can have the 4th ward council one. I dated a colored. You know what I'm saying? But you know how she's staying in power because you got blacks up there. You got one of the main leaders. No different than when you got in Congress. Just think about it. They couldn't even get the George Floyd bill passed, let alone, let's go back to John Conyers. Let me just show you how blacks been having problems. Everybody get something from them. Get a bill for them. We couldn't even get HR 40 to study reparations. Anytime it come to blacks, it's a problem. We got a Chinatown. We got a Greek town. We got all these other towns. But when we try to create a black town, because I don't want, I want to say everyone, let me say a foundational FDA back, town or something, what we get. I'm just telling
you. Well, I'm not the smartest crab in the barrel, but I'd like to just throw something out there, right? The commonality that I think I'm noticing in the people that you name, right, as far as like the Chinatowns and things like that, is that they have a connection to power outside of America, right?
Yeah.
Which means that if anything should happen to them on American soil, that they may be held in other spaces. We as South Americans don't have that kind of power. In my opinion, right? We don't have that kind of connection. Like some of us go to the motherland and we go do our time and we reconnect and everything like that. But we never had an official that said that if anything happens to Black Americans on American soil, we will light y'all up.
Facts.
But for Asian Americans, right? Historically, fact check me, please, and then we can bring it back when I come back on my chitlin circuit again. When the last time, that's just a thought, yes. But when it came down to like Asians being mistreated or whatnot, it was a big deal. Other than other areas, and they made some phone calls and they had some conversations, and quickly things was resolved. And people just went on like it never happened. And it was like, don't do that again. And then more towns popped up and things like that. So I'm just saying, like, maybe that's our deficit. We don't have a representation of power outside of these American walls. So I don't know.
I mean, and I agree with you, Derek. But and good morning and thank you. I'm looking at Marcy said they are recycling their dollars within their communities, not black people. The dollar only recycles one time in our community. Asians recycle 6 times in theirs. That's what I'm saying. Alan said we had that connection with Libya, but President Libya, it was cut. Yeah, people forget what's Clinton stopped $1 billion coming to the black community that we all go vote Democrat. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been tricked so good, we don't even know who against us, and we think we bring people in who we think is our friends. The only thing we do know, we can't stand Republicans. I'll give that, because they ain't, I'm saying they not no better, but the Democrats been fooling us for a long time. Republicans just don't give us none. Yeah, so okay, like I said, right, Yogi. They have access to foreign money also. These people we see owning stores and property don't come here poor. That's a myth. No, but that's the stuff they want to tell us.
Yep, and we believe it too. And I'm so sick of us giving out these. I almost cursed, but I remember this a family show. I'm so sick of us giving out these cookout passes. Like, come on, man. How many more passes we gonna keep giving to people that's not inside of our community? Like, I'm not anti, I'm not anti any other culture or anything like that. I'm just saying that because of these things that we're naming today, it's even more reason why we need to hyper focus on strengthening our communities, right? Because that's what they do instantly. Even when you talk about our Latin brothers and sisters, when they come together, they are willing to sit in a house. I've seen it myself. They will be 5 to 6 deep in one apartment. And we'll recycle that money. And so we got little El Salvador in DC. We got a Chinatown. We got a little Ethiopia. We got all kinds of pockets of community. But our community is the only one that is, what's the word? Interracial. Is that word? I don't know. I got a DCPS education. I don't want to totally hang DC out. But I'm just saying, like, you can see everybody because we just welcome everybody. And that's the nature of who we are as a people. Village mentality, but is that really working for us right now? Which leads to the next conversation about like why people are so in the uproar that Black people are not showing up in the way that they used to us showing up in times like these.
Because they tired. Tired. That's what it is. It's tired.
They want to see us so bad come across the bridge singing "We Shall Overcome," getting beat and dragged and killed before everybody kick in, and that's not the move for 2026.
No, they tired. That's like you see every other nationality. They let their kids go to the American school system, but they also have their own school system that they have to go to learn on their history. See, they want to give us that little 6-7 pages of we were slaves, we was brought over here history. You know what I'm saying? They keep it. They give us a little small, about this much history in your high school. They might have took it down to this because you heard now they want to take out that. What's up, Blind Intelligence? Thank you for tapping in. But I blame our community. But I also got to you also got to blame government too, because our community was doing something, but damn, when you got Jagger Hoover them coming in on people, you know what I'm saying? Remember, it was against the law for a Black man to read. We keep acting like we forgetting this. We act like we've been out of slavery for over 100 years. I mean, that's how people talk, but this is the stuff that we get. When you got generals to say, listen, man, I get it. They don't like to celebrate their heroes, and we have to be honest. Some of these racist people are these people heroes now, and we don't want to admit that. That's why when we saw Biden giving a shout out to Strom Thurmond when he was saying this and that, could you not be surprised? Can you not be surprised at anyone you see people? And when you seeing them loving Ronald Reagan, they act like Ronald Reagan. Even Obama was coming with that. Oh, I'm a Ronald Reagan Republican. What did Ronald Reagan really do? Brought drugs on in. They got mad at his kids, and don't get me wrong, one of his sons just passed away, but they was mad at Lil Ronnie because he was speaking out against what his dad had did. But they don't want that truth. That's like telling the media. I see so many. Oh, they hate podcasts. They hate them. They hate them. They hate them. Hate them with a passion. Hate them. And you know what's so messed up is people who we forget about who complicit in it. They put these people on the news, come out here, even on your local news, our local news, and even the national news. and acting like everything is good. Like even with the people coming, I mean, as far as National Guard coming in DC, it just shows me how out of touch of reality a lot of these people are, as far as with the propaganda.
I mean, well, Nick, once again, I'll say this every time I'm on here. I'm currently risking plantation time and spending thousands of dollars as a journalism student to bring this thought to you today. That it is all by design, right? That's what media is designed to do, is to keep us complicit, keep us deaf, dumb, and blind. And it's been so much to the point that, like, as an organizer, we have to start with organizing one-on-one, which is pretty much reintroducing people to the ability to talk to your damn neighbor intentionally, to have conversations that are additive but also solution-based, and to start defining the lines of connection no matter what your race is, but also saying it with your chest that this is how this has happened. My American experience has happened to the people that I represent. But you have to have intentionality to want to get out of just taking the propaganda in as the word and running with it and preaching the gospel of propaganda. And the only way you can do that is to actually get outside of your house, get off of your phone. And I know that's kind of like saying that, right, with us being on 810, but that's different because we actually giving you something to think about, right? But for them ones that just drone on and agitate about racial divide and class divide and things like that, how would you know if you're not talking to your neighbor about if these things are true?
Facts.
People don't have to care, but if you're somebody that's sitting on 810, then I would imagine that would be something that you would be excited about, talking to your neighbors, seeing that what you believe to be true is true per somebody else's experience.
No, facts. Facts. I give you that. Like how this commercial popped up, but we got to make the money because Chris Caleb had me paranoid. Like, what? Scamming? I'm not scamming. That woman was selling trips to people on boats that went no vacations. They gave her, she made $36,000, but she's from New York. I said, shit, I'm in the wrong business. But no, Stanley, you're right. Like this is what's Stanley here in Michigan. It is the Middle Eastern. They have all the non-corporate little stores and gas stations. There ain't one black-owned party store gas station in the Flint area. But who allowed this to go down? See, that's my thing. I don't want to get what we into it with them for what, from other nationalities came here and made something. Who allowed them to be able to come over here and do these things? See, we looking at, I want to do the root knowledge. Who allowed this to go down? Who allowed a certain race, black community, you can't get certain loans. You can't get certain things like that. I down there, facts, Stanley. But that's the problem. Believe me. I damn near want to say that, you know what I'm saying, the foundations here ain't nothing. But I can't really say it because I done been turned down on some of it. It was my own fault. I didn't have all my stuff together, but I had everything. But then I'd be like, damn, is it because we out here speaking, we can't get nothing? And I'm seeing other people getting money. I'm like, man, ain't not nothing. Because some of that stuff that Stephen was saying, even though it was based to me in racism, it was some truth in it, what he was saying about far as them blacks get in there.
The term gatekeeping didn't just come out of nowhere. It was an actual experience that somebody had that they put terminology to. We have gatekeepers that are operating in fear. They don't want to have to wake up and deal with the fact that because they spoke out and said something that was against the system, that their family could end up DOA.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we have a lot of people where our community is going to be forever plagued, because that's the real decision that you have to make, especially as a Black American. Do you want to be so right that you'll be wiped off of here possibly? You got to have a community that's going to protect you, especially when you're a truth teller. Right? You got to have a community that's going to protect you. And even that is limited because we're on American soil. So once again, you just got to decide what side of history you want to be on. If you want to be a part of the solution or part of the problem.
And this what is crazy. You see, Alan, 100%. They had to make laws to themselves civil toward us.
Mm.
That's just like right now. See, people don't understand that. Did they just not have to make a law? They just went to Congress and Trump mad. The Republicans that went against him to limit his war powers. Like, you going too far. They had to limit Congress trying to, even though they let him go out and did what he did, it's like, hold up now, damn, we got a limit on what you can do. And that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes you have to rein people in. That's why I'm saying if you don't rein a person in, the next person to come behind might be. See, we looking at Trump right now. You ain't looking for the future. You might have a little Hitler coming in next that you don't know about, or a little Napoleon. You know what I'm saying? Might want to come in and go crazy. Like, nah, because this is the stuff that you seeing. And you're right when they saying blind intelligence gatekeeping started when white women was in those positions as secretaries to stop black people from having access to the boss. And facts, and I agree with you on this, Kenneth. The advantage of no taxes for a certain amount of years is a big help. Hell yeah, you got to stack up and you free labor, and all I had to do was give you some clothes to put on, and I can give you slop and feed you.
The crazy part is that if you look historically, maybe not to the same degree of what we endured as black people during slavery time, but when you start getting to industrialized time, right, after they reluctantly gave us our freedom, they were treating their own people the same way. People, when people with industrialization, these wealthier people would sit here and buy mass land for coal. And everybody who worked for them, whether you was black or other, it was diabolical, as you say, Mike. I mean, like, they got paid in scripts, which means that in order for you to spend the money, you can only spend it with the person that you were working for. And the moment that you decided to speak out or anything like that, they took it all away from you. That was your clothing. They owned your food. They owned where you live. And they even had you pay them to rent the equipment that you needed to use in order to work for them. So with all the historical content, and we're still here in 2026, I almost said 2025 because it feels like we're still there. You would think that we would have a stronger united front in these times where we have an administration that is literally taking us back in time. Every time I take a cat nap, I'm scared I'm gonna wake up in the 1914s. I don't know where we at now.
What was General Motors? What was that? Was that not? You thought you weren't on the plantation no more, called the plant? What was the houses at? What was the schools? Did they not send you to your schools? Or you can be able to work their equipment. They might have took your uneducated parents, but they sure made the kids was educated to come in to be able to work this stuff. Like that's nothing new. When you're looking at Ford, when you're looking at when they said that, like you said, industrial, just think about it. There's different places. If you can really wake up, and I love, what's that movie called? Divergent. When they had the different classes on what people was doing, is that not what you seeing now? Like, okay, you're gonna be a shop worker. Okay, you might be a lawyer, you might be a doctor, or you might be a drug dealer, or you might be an athlete. They not doing that because we don't think outside the box and really seeing where we going. Depending on what area you live in, that's usually the jobs you're gonna take. If you're working at the jail, you're gonna be mostly working for, you know what I'm saying? Situations like that. We just grew up in, where General Motors was at. It's just crazy that General Motors shut down. What happened? Flint went down. I'm just saying, what is it? These corporations, don't you got to go work for them?
Yeah, and then the corporations are considered to be a human entity, which is wild to me. Which would made it even harder for you to have any kind of rights as an individual in a corporation. And this is your laws.
Alice said, what was diabolical during time our family was doing sharecrop, at the end of the season, the master told them we broke even.
Man, I heard the story of my grandfather who was a sharecropper, and how the day of my great-grandmother's funeral, because my great-grandmother owed the sharecropper money, he made them move out. My great-grandfather and his kids made them move out. So, and he didn't have nowhere to go. So he had to separate all of my grandmother's siblings on the day of my great grandmother's funeral, because that man said you can't come back here, and was standing there with a shotgun.
No, but but see, Trump taking what he want to take. He want to take Greenland. Trump, that's what I'm saying. You get, but that's what I'm saying. So it's kind of hard for you to go tell this is Trump like this. Y'all can take blocks. I'm taking countries. There ain't nothing you can do because this is what's going on. This is what you put in.
Facts, Stanley. That's a good word right there.
Yeah. No, but you do have to do it. Listen, when I was at that Flint neighborhood United meeting, I'm not gonna lie, it was the white fella that was in there. He the only one that I kind of like what he was talking about. When he said he was talking about, because I think he was from Wisconsin. When he said it was 3 guys that they officers though. He said he told their sons at the end of the day, you got to do this because they still gonna pull you over. And this is what you got to understand. This has been a thing that's been going on with the police, how our interaction with the police. Why do I got to tell my kids you got to do, this is what you got to do, how to act, you know what I'm saying, because how the police going to treat you. Why the police don't know how to treat us, how they don't know how to come in our neighborhoods and treat us. We still asking for damn near 100 years for the police to treat us with dignity. This is what's so diabolical. We asking people to treat us with dignity. Now the ones who bad, listen, I get it. Every race got some bad culprits in it that you got to deal with. But you gonna deal with the good just as well as how you deal with the bad. Throw them down. You throw a woman down like Sandra Bland. Just took her out, and it's like it's okay. Tamir Rice, and we have people coming on here. George Floyd, blame him for officer choking his ass out. What about the Gardner dude in New York? Blame him. Some loose cigarettes because he was out there. Hell, if you had affordable paying jobs, people wouldn't have to pick up other hustles. You see,
but Mick, from an organizer standpoint, right? Because I can only speak to the experience that I live, right? One time I did a comparison of civil rights movement and Black Lives Matter, and from a media standpoint, what was the changing factor in that, right? And civil rights, people were so aggrieved because television programming was new and they had never seen with their own eyes the tragedy that was happening below the Mason-Dixon, how people were being treated and murdered and brutalized, women, children, anybody could get it. And when you go back into 2020, 2021 with Black Lives Matter, when that started, it was the same energy, but it was more of an international agreement. Remember when you used to catch on the news, you go in Australia, any other place that people were marching by the thousands to say they did agree that Black Lives Matter. Here we are in 2026, and I don't believe that we'll have that same kind of traction. I think that we as Americans, especially Black Americans, have some kind of empathy. But if you really if you had to like zoom out and look at the devastation that's happening across the world, where are our allies? Who's going to be the voice to sit up here and say, even if we got in the middle of the street and it was every Black person in America, who's going to come in here and save us to change the kind of devastation we've been dealing with for 400 plus years?
Because you got to be real. It's not going, to my religious scholars, the people you see doing, like we look at our organizations here on national brand. Why you think they are? Because we just look at Al Sharpton. What about the small organizations that's going on in your city? Why you think Black Lives Matter get a bad reputation? They don't just get a bad reputation from the local people. They get it on the national level too. Because I think our activists, I'm just saying, I'm saying national. I'm not just talking local. It's a hustle now. I'm not saying it wasn't a hustle back then, because that's how you got your Jesse Jacksons, your Al Sharptons, your different people now, allegedly the Ben Crumpton coming in, the different thing, all these different people. It's a hustle now. Pain is the new hustle. You know what I'm saying? It could be like you would see companies going like Jamal Bryant, the pastor. He going at Target, then Al Sharpton, then Roland Martin, them all went at Target.
But how you against the entity in the name of justification, like justifying the black cause, but you still live in the consumerist lifestyle.
And not just that. Did you see all the trouble he came up under? How his wife was dressed?
That's yeah.
But see these are your type of leaders. See, these are the people they put out here going, don't worry about how my wife was dressing. But you supposed to be a man of God. You see what I'm saying? Then you got your activists. Oh, don't worry about it. If you see me going here like the one dude, Darius McCray. I remember what's his name was on his head. Remember doing the Mike Brown from the St. Louis thing?
Mm-hmm.
He got out there, he was wearing a bulletproof vest, and they coming to find out he is a fraud. Just like people coming at Rashad Ritchie now from the Young Turks. Remember they was talking about his PhDs ain't. I'm just saying, go pull it up. He up on the big scandal right now, allegedly. I'm just saying. But see, they put these people up, and we be wondering, like, well, damn, you see your activist, he out here partying and I'm not saying you don't supposed to have fun because you are human, you do supposed to, but how you out here, you an activist, you blowing blunts, getting drunk, you over here chasing women, doing this and that. How you expect the regular folks to take you serious? Like, dude, you just like me, I ain't finna take you seriously. But this is the stuff that you see. But these are the type of people to get propped up. We'll prop these people up. No different than we even would. I'm just saying on them. What was the one dude man, what's his name? Cory Booker. They propped him up, the senator from New Jersey. Cory Booker.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's the other? Hakeem Jeffries.
Mm-hmm. That was another one.
No, I'm just saying Marcia Tarver, but I'm just saying, but look how they come out here and wanted to, she said Dr. Richard broke it down. But I'm just saying, but see how people that throw these people out here at you like that? I'm just saying, these are the people that they would throw up out here on us. We have that. They would they'll put these people out here in front of us. That's all I'm saying. When they in these cliques. And that's the problem.
The walk gotta match the talk, Nick.
That's all I'm saying.
The walk gotta match the talk. Yeah. You can't be following somebody like you're gonna follow them straight into the fire. We know what we need to do, but you taking advice from people who living in mansions.
Facts.
You taking advice from people who go and party with Donald Trump just for award ceremonies and then come back and tell you power to the people. How?
That's what I'll be saying. I'm like, remember, all them black people was cool with Donald Trump until he wanted to run for president. Al Sharpton, them, all of them was cool with him. That's even Roland Martin. He was running with, vote for Biden. The Democrat, remember they crucified Ice Cube. But Roland, when he got in, what did he give y'all? You know what Biden said? You need to link up with the Latinos. When he got in the White House, he was already got rid of us. Like, hey, you got to link up with the Latino. Just because they put a few hand-token blacks in positions, get them shows. No.
We're not saying we're not calling them frauds, Mark.
But what I'm saying, Mark, a lot of the stuff that they do, I don't agree with. You know what I'm saying? Some of the fights they be taking. Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? Hakeem Jeffries and Cory Booker ain't no different. Some of them be calling Hakeem, he's so close with AIPAC. You know what I'm saying? They so close with certain things, certain subjects they not going to mess with. And I'm not mad at them because this the lifestyle that they chose. They was messing with Cory Booker about his sexuality. Well, he had to go out here and show, I'm married, I got a woman. What was the one actress he was messing with? Because he don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Now that's what I'm they not gonna take up a lot of them fights. I'm not gonna sit here and act like Hakeem Jeffries them. Even that stuff Cory Booker got up there and talked for 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? What was that really about? Why he didn't take up the thing with with John? Matter of fact, about the thing with the water crisis. Like, what issues are they really fighting on? They really fighting to help themselves. Because there's a lot of issues that they're not going with. You know what I'm saying? I get it. It's Congress that, you know what I'm saying? They even get a playbook they got to go by.
The chat is something else.
No, I get it. I'm looking at said. Always remember Marion Barry. That man was a genius, superior intellect, and fearless. And the government did everything to break him down and temporarily succeeded. We got to be careful.
Absolutely. As long as and just to talk to Marion Barry's legacy, right? Like Mark, definitely. Marion Barry said it with his chest. We still today in 2026 laugh about things he said back in the 90s and the 70s. And he said it with his chest. But also, I have to admit, if you do your research on Marion Barry, he hung us out. After a while, later in his term, he said that he didn't feel like he was supported by the community anymore. And so he started making decisions that was going to be best for him, that people really wanted to be truthful about the legacy of Marion Barry. But yes, he started off as being one of our biggest advocates and one of our biggest allies, and he left some sustainable programming that we still use and benefit from today as Black people. But towards the end of it, when he saw that it wasn't getting him the traction or getting us collectively the traction, and then the powers that be were starting to get their strength, he got abandoned ship. Do for yourself. As a matter of fact, he left us a nice little legacy, courtesy of his what is she? They got divorced, but now she like out here running off his name. She just celebrated their anniversary the other day, and she out here telling people what we should and shouldn't be doing, and she with the money. She don't speak on the behalf of people who are homeless, the people who are. We got 2,265 families out here that don't know where they're going to go in D.C. And yes, nobody is perfect, and I'm not asking for anybody to be perfect, but if we're going to call out when your leadership term is up and you're being harmful to the community, that is the right of the community. Because people get jaded. People get confused. People change because they done went through experiences that we'll never know. So, like, you got to keep checking the temperature on these leaders, not to discredit their legacy, but just to make sure that we are all on the same page about progress. That's all.
Yeah, man, and that's what we're saying. It's no different. We just saying, we can just take a small fact here. Look at the water crisis. Look at all the Blacks that was in on this water crisis, as we'll say, allegedly took the payoffs, took the money overseeing what the people going through here. You see what I'm saying? It's faces that look like us to go ahead and do this.
Facts, Linda Chilton. She said that's why the young generation had to organize like they did back in the day. I believe that wholeheartedly. I love talking to the younger generation. There are certain experiences that I can't speak to being the age that I am. It doesn't make me any less youthful at heart, but it just means that I'm not tapped into the voice of the people who are experiencing it differently. And sometimes things change over time, and we get these old guards that don't want to move because they think they still got the plan from the 1960s, and they don't. They haven't even talked to anybody to see if these things are actually still existing and stuff. They still fighting for the things in 1960. Not to say it's not present, but people might not feel the same about where we going as a culture, as we going as a people. So.
And Miss Tia, you can't. I mean, look. Sometimes I get what you're saying, but you gotta having a critique and saying something that's not like you saying. But you gotta understand. It's just having our opinion on how we feel. Like everybody, let's be honest. A lot of the people who know Eric Mays, and I don't know him. Like, what's wrong? It's some, you got some who love him, and you got some who will tell you, like, look, he was something else. But we can't get in the way because you know what I'm saying? Because we might, because what we have, because we like them. It's people that I hang with, y'all be like, ain't nothing. But I'm like, nah, this is a good person. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't not being harsh on it. We just having a conversation on certain things of what's been going on. Like, and it was, and I was just saying with Cory Booker, I mean, Hakeem Jeffries. See, and once again, we get these people they put up in front of us. But see, it's so easy for us to call out Al Sharpton. It's so easy for us to say, get on Jesse Jackson. But they weren't the only ones that was playing them games. Let's stop that. And I'm not knocking Marion Barry for what he did, because at that time, a lot of people got caught up in drugs. But we have to be, when we putting ourselves in these positions, we can't fall into the traps of the world.
And let me just clear that. Just because Marion Barry allegedly did drugs didn't stop him from being our champion. We still reelected him after that. So nobody's being harsh, but until you are being a detriment to the community, right? Like the mayor that we have right now, I called her King Cooper Bowser, not to be disrespectful to her title, but that's how I'm experiencing her leadership. When she is actively not in tune or purposely not being in tune with the call of the people to have sustainability in the District of Columbia as a daughter of DC, that is unacceptable. I don't care about what connections you want to keep, what kind of promises you made. Your people are suffering. You got thousands of seniors that sat outside of a building for hours in the cold. She ain't got to do that. Her friends don't got to do that. You will never see it. But it's okay.
Yeah, nah, facts. And I'm looking what New One said. First, teach the young people their history so they can know how to use the new technology. Leaders like Toure knows history and he doesn't fall for Western tactics. Facts. Facts though, but I'm saying, but we have to. No, that's true. Blind intelligence. I won't not, but I'm just saying. But we can easily call out all. I'm just saying, everybody, even with MLK, everybody can call. It's just having a simple conversation. It's not stepping on nobody's toe. And that's real. What Mark Hutchinson saying. Yeah, went to a commercial. Hot dang it. I'm back now. I'm back. What he's saying, Stanley, man, just being honest, man, and being truthful with the people. They know you're gonna do. As long as you do the work, man, you've been and got elected, man, because they're already looking at. I mean, and people saying you out here doing the work. A concrete fact. It's the same as the people of Flint holding Ely accountable. Just because he's black doesn't give him a pass.
And that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
They've been using us to control us for a long time. And we're going to be extremely harsh on us because how could you? How could we share the same trauma and the same past of being like raped and brutalized? Oh, excuse me. I know we're on YouTube. Of being brutalized. And then you turn around and this good upcoming of black consciousness and all the things, and then you want to turn around and be our ops, and we not supposed to say nothing about it. We supposed to keep it on the low. No.
Hey, Miss Tia, if you don't think people, and I know we had this conversation, I ain't trying to be repetitive, but sometimes sometimes you have to say it again and again. If you don't think people have wrote letters and did something, I don't know what else to tell you. People have wrote letters. Don't think people ain't tried to come up here and did no fighting. Like I'm knowing on the national now, maybe they ain't got the same get together, but usually when people have fought each other so much, this is what you get. You get the remnants of what used to be people that would want to get together. You know what I'm saying?
I think, listen, Miss Tia, I'm with you, right? That's where we are here, right? And I've talked to Mickey several times. I'm asked him the same questions you asked him, like, what about getting into the neighborhood? What about knocking on the door? What about having town halls and stuff? And sometimes being an outsider, you got to respect the perspective, right? It's not that I'm not going to keep encouraging A10 to do these things. But I'm not going to come. I love to come to visit, but I already said it on here before. You won't catch me in the council because I can't take them charges. I worked for 3 years not to take charges in DC. I ain't about to come to Flint and be stuck because I tried to help people. People got to want to help themselves, but that is what we have to do. At the end of the day, we got to start coming outside of these virtual boxes and start coming out here and talking to your neighbors to see if we are aligned. At some point, we're not going to have the safety and the convenience of being able to do what we're doing today. That's just the reality of it. Even with them building data centers and things like that, if you are a truth teller and you are speaking to what happened in the past and how that connects to what we're dealing with now, you are looking to be silenced. And America has showed you that they are willing to do that by any means necessary. So for those who are concerned with how do we move forward out of what Ms. Tia said, our whining phase, then I expect that you will start getting on these different chats right now, open up space for people to start having collective conversation, start having your meetings to go out here and talk about what we can do to build collective resources, because once you come up against the system, they're going to make you feel it. They're going to take away all the amenities. And so then you might have to start talking about how you can build a tent or a hut somewhere in a space that they're not going to come and scoot you off of, because land is not something that they give away for free in America. Never have and never will. So
And ain't gonna give it.
And those are the other barriers that you have to deal with when you talk about galvanizing people to go up against the system. We can talk liberation, we can talk revolution, but until you can show me an army with some serious ammo that's going to help us in this turf war of America, then I mean,
she
said, "Yo, I can't."
But I couldn't take it. No. I listen to you. You can come here. You go get him, and just because you said you could get off. No, you come here and you get off the live, and you come here and gather people up, and let's see how that work out for you. Let's see will they not turn on your ass, and will you, like, if you said you came and you couldn't take it, and that little time you couldn't take it, shit. Think about the people that's been here. If you couldn't take that little time, and I'm talking about people been here in it, come on now. I mean, it sound good, like it's easy to go, it can get it done. I'm just telling you, it sound good. But ask Jed.
Hey, Stanley, I appreciate that. I wouldn't want you to. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a plan when you come to Flint. I know that. I see that. And even when you come with a plan, you got to have a quick exit, too, so they can't catch you to put them charges on you. You got to come in, do what you got to do, and roll out. Can't sit. Can't out, none of that. You got to go.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, look, no, Miss Tia, because even family members going to tell, I ain't got time to be down there playing like that. Let's be honest. That people seeing what's going on.
And once again, it's not to say that these things can't happen, right? Like, I think that with 810 and Mick having the 50K, that is a starting point to being able to do some of that work for people who are like-minded, right? And the small things that you can do until you can figure out the bigger things is to continue to educate our youth specifically about history and the times that we're dealing in now. And then here's the other part, right? And I know it sounds harsh to say, and it's a terrible reality, especially for those who are really about community and want to see everybody go. The sad reality is everybody can't go. Facts. Everybody not going to go. And some of them that you bring with you might be the anchor to sink your ship. Facts. So you got to focus with those who are willing to listen and keep it moving and be appreciative for the growth in those spaces. You can't drag anybody, but you can do the work to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to see that they got a way out.
Right. Good morning, Shotty Shot. Well, Miss T, if he let it be known you will be arrested, you don't think he letting other people know that he have arrested them? Ask Clack, president of the school board, was going to check on what was going on up at the school and got arrested. That it was people on their property. Think about that for a minute.
I mean, but that is the question, right? The Nasia put up, she said, when will we get uncomfortable enough? And that's the question that's populating, Nasia, for everybody, whether you in Flint or whether you in DC, anywhere else. When are we going to get uncomfortable enough to meet the energy that we are being met with? They are actually unaliving us in the streets. They are hitting at us.
You see, she said, hell no, my family's terrified of Michigan government.
Don't hype me up.
But you gonna hype. You want to hype some? I know you saw the incident what happened to Miss Beverly Biggs Levy and them, right? I know you seen that. I know you seen what happened to Jed, because you was the one on Jed to tell Jed to come up here. I know you seen it. Like, I mean, I don't know. This is my first time dealing with a known tyrant. And you know, I'm just being honest. Oh, I see what you're putting down there, Derek. And even them letters is even hard to discuss. And you may be right. Well, if you seen what Clark went through, I mean, you don't want no other people to go through there.
I'm a little too close to the headquarters to even speak them letters out loud.
Facts. That's what I'm saying. And you have your own will sell you out. You thinking this is real? I have seen people. Listen. Let me tell you, You have seen it. You have been around here. I mean, well, you have seen it from the far as this social media shit. I know shit. You seen it. If you got Jordan Sheridan book, that book was it gave a little insight from his perspective what he went through. Ask him why he ain't been coming through like that no more. He left here with a case, and it got dropped.
I mean, to your point, but see, I get where you're going as far as like raising funds and things like that, right? When you're doing all that work, you need you need a Johnny Cochran style type team, legal team. And even then, that might not get you the freedom that you're seeking, and you be unalived. And then what? That's the strategy that people in civil rights times and any form of organizing have to take into consideration. When you lead people to these kind of actions, how are you going to get them out of it? What kind of relationships do you have to get them the help that they need? Because like this is not for play. What we're dealing with right now is a discussion point, and we had the privilege of being able to discuss how we feel about it without actually having to organize and react in real time. But other than that, like, what's the plan?
Miss Tia, it was and get that book too. You might want to read. It was a group that he took down. If you're not mistaken, when Miss Beverly Biggs them got pulled out the car, other people was pulled out the car. Jed had to go send people back home. No, it was other people. And Maurice came on this show and gave you an insight like, hey, don't do this. This man is really tripping. And right now, as you can see, I'm just saying in general, listen, he not tripping about what we doing here. He not tripping. We ain't made enough. You know what I'm saying? He hear us. You know what I'm saying? He feel like we the dog barking at the moon and he the moon. We ain't doing nothing to it. He hears. He didn't stop to look. Y'all can't even get a studio in Flint. Y'all can't even get. And the ones who will do some donate to y'all, I let them know they can donate to y'all. So don't get it twisted. This man know what's going on. He's sitting up here laughing. We ain't stopping now. One thing he got going on, and believe me, us telling it, and they mad about us even talking about it. The only thing that, they hate that they get with the people that he got now, the fools that he picked, is really they doing so much wrong that, you know what I'm saying, he can't stop us from reporting on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Liddell showing out, then and I do believe Neely leaked that information with Candace Moose Fist put in Tommy face. Moose shot. What I said her name wrong. So, but this is what you got. Like, I mean, would you know what I'm saying? Like, he know what's going. We ain't stopping nothing. He done stopped us at every corner to get a buck. Did y'all not hear me when I said I went to people trying to get advertising with us, trying to do this? You know what they told me? We like y'all, man, but the mayor, and I have to respect them. I can't expect y'all to mess y'all money up because I ain't finna put no money in your pocket. You know, just being honest. Like, how can you? You know what I'm saying? I can't put no money in your pocket. He making sure you getting this. I just gotta respect it. I'm like, it is what it is. You know, when it comes to putting food on your table, shit, I supposed to stop you from putting food on your table?
But I mean, honestly, Mick, that's the charge, right? They are still, and I say they as in our government, are still doing the things that they're going to do because who's going to check them? People are not willing to go to the lengths of sacrifice and comfort that it's going to take to prove to American government that we're not playing. Yeah. They don't care about bodies laying in the street. They don't care about killing their own, their own white women. They don't care about none of that. They care about the money. And currently, people are still investing in the system, even though they are pissed off and upset with the administration that's going on. People still showing up to work. Yeah. People still paying their rent. People still paying their bills. So everybody that we care about is still getting paid, even through all of the disdain that we have. And as long as you keep doing those things and feeding the system, it's going to be what it's going to be. That's why we talk to people about having community gardens and rerouting your source of dependency so that we can move in those ways to deviate dollars from the system and let them know that we're not playing. But until you give people that leadway to transition from dependency on government or depending on the day-to-days, like having access to grocery stores and things like that, you're not going to get it. But we know what comes along with that. When you start having people divest from the system, that's when people start disappearing. That's when towns start burning up.
Facts.
Like what happened to that water thing y'all had in there from Moses West, Mick?
They destroyed it, and Moses did what a smart man did, took his stuff and bounced.
So that's the reality that we dealing with, right? That's why I say, like, yes, when people talk about right, well, yes, the control, but the money helps them to be able to hold on to the control. In addition to that, right? And so that's why I'm saying, like, when you show the independency in a nation that wants you to be dependent, like you're plugged into the matrix, they got to get rid of you because now what's your value?
Listen, we had a media person come to us, and I hate to bring her, I ain't gonna bring her name up, but y'all know who it is. Told us, only way y'all gonna get some money, y'all can't talk about this. This ain't no lie. This is what she told us. Reason y'all not getting no money, you can't talk about what's going on. You got to leave that. If you talked about this, I'm like, damn, so that's how you getting your money? That's how you playing the game? I mean, but that's they know they can buy your friends. They can buy your family. This is what you battling against. This is what you playing up against when a person, just think about it. LaShawn was getting recalls with Miss Biggs on Liddell. Neely got her on his side. And what did she do? So that's what I'm saying. Able to get her house done. What can I offer you but hope? And that's what the people seeing. Like when they like, Mick, man, we would love to do business with y'all, and I'm over there like, man, Winter's gonna push this and that. She got to file. I'm over here, then they're selling it. I'm trying to do my best selling. Then when he like, dude, I ain't gonna be able to do no business. And we had people who told us, man, we can't come on because it'll make the mayor mad. It would do this and that. And it was people who I didn't think even knew this motherfucker. Keep it 100. Like, I ain't gonna say knew him, didn't, probably wasn't in that spot and get told. I'm like, damn, I get it. I can't be mad. That's your money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't mess your money if that's how you getting it. And when I'm hearing the one lady that her media, I don't even know how people even watch it, but I get it. She getting her money. Why would she talk about the things that's going on here that really enlighten the people? See, these are the type of people that they got out here. They don't got no people who gonna shake nothing up that's gonna tell y'all what's going on, whether you like it or not. They got people who gonna report what they tell them to report because they don't want to live in Flint and have to bathe in this bad water. Let's be honest. They don't want to go through this, and they love them crab boils.
Or I'll never forget that video y'all played with them people was cooking food and they rolled up and shined the lights on them and bear maced the hell out of everybody. That was crazy.
But listen, and them people still working. What about the young fella, the young male, the black male they had on the ground? My man, they say he wastes about a can of mace on people daily. So we know that. I'm just saying, if you.
So I mean, I just wanted. I think, if I may, Mick just wants to bring the reality to the forefront so that we are coming with solutions that are going to fix what's happening in reality. Now, what we want to happen, what is actually happening. And it's uncomfortable to see that we got these circumstances, and sometimes it is us that's at the helm of it, that's doing the work. So, like, if we can't call out the people because they black and we not willing to go stand up for it, then, I mean, I guess the question would be, what are we going to do?
Just look at, you had the councilwoman Liddell caused a riot in council. Ain't nothing happened to her. I'm just saying. You had a councilwoman at the time was trying to put a hit out on Jed and was trying to get me jumped. They confused me with Jed. And that's your third ward councilwoman. Did that. Just happened I knew the individual. See, this the type of stuff that goes on. But this is your councilwoman. 2 of them, 2nd and 3rd ward. This is who in the council. Let's not forget the 1st ward. He got everybody address and like I said, if you just go on this, just the mother of his kids page, people addresses up in here. It's cool though. You can do that. Your church can get burnt down, address can get put out. Ain't nothing gonna happen. And people wonder why Dennis probably not running back. Just think about if you getting threatened and you can't get no police. And this white man, let's be honest. When have you heard the police, chiefdom, don't want to help somebody being threatened? The white man. Now you know them police supposed to been there for Dennis. Let's call a spade a spade. They wasn't there for Dennis. And you had the police. Liddell was getting a ride, the councilwoman. This is the black woman. She getting the police ride to work. But yet, when Jed was in town, was helping Miss Biggs, she pulled up in her burner vehicle. The one you ride around, do little shootouts in, Liddell, allegedly. But I'm just saying, what was the police that? She supposed to have been scared. Was she really scared? Oh, this is how they was playing with the resources of the people, because then them officers had to be paid to do that for her. Then when the police went there, wasn't no credible evidence that people was actually playing. This was allegedly, this was one she put on herself. Oh, I might put it up there.
Mark Hutchinson said Neely is a true politician, but that is also his weakness. He is purely transactional. He doesn't inspire people. He can't be beat. You gotta believe that all these people can. No better time than now. If y'all got openings to change the narrative of how your council represents you, then it's gonna cost you to get outside of these boxes and go touch on some real doors. And I know Mick said y'all got some neighborhoods that ain't welcoming melanated faces, so I might not. Oh, before. Oh, you said who? I ain't gonna
that 4th ward is dangerous over there in Minnesota.
You might not want to.
We got people over there. We got people over there now. We got the Wonder Twins, Debbie and.
Oh, word. So you might want to send
creeping in.
Send the Wonder Twins. Don't you go in, because we don't need no more hot headlines coming out of Flint like that. You know, no more DOAs. You know what I mean? But now is the time to get outside of this magical, mystical box and start actually going out to talk to some people and having conversations about whether or not they really supporting these people, so that when y'all get caught with another write-in scandal, you can put the data against the myth, the propaganda, and say, well, we talked to this many people and they said they was in support of X, Y, and Z. So we don't understand how you ended up with 300-something supporters from X, Y, and Z. You know, like, you gotta do the work. The burden of proof is on you, man. Always, in America and anywhere else. If you want to say that something's happening, the burden of proof is on you to show that this thing is really happening. And I think that it's a great time, not only just in Flint, but anywhere. There's a lot of seats of power that are coming up because people are seeing the writing on the wall. It's a damn shame that they wait until now to leave us with this crazy orange tangerine and want to blow us up to smithereens. But I mean, it is what it is. Somebody got to hold it down and hold America accountable for being true to the myth. It's got to be a myth now because we ain't living it.
Look at what Flint left with. And people, like, they scared to challenge. And I agree with you, Mark. They scared to challenge Neely. That's what he got. He got people who scared to challenge him. But the question is, who gonna take that support that he got? See, we're not being honest with. We being honest. You know, everybody heard the story, but it bears being repeated again. Shout out to Papa J for that. It bears being repeated again. Did y'all not hear? Even when Brother Troy from the Nation of Islam was on here, when he said the same strategies, y'all don't be listening. Y'all don't be listening. When he said, and I got to give the credit for when this man said this, the one here said this. Shout out to Gil on this. When he said, Neely was told just get 20% of the black vote. They know we don't vote. Said get 20%, we get the rest of it. Show me what other black candidate can go take that other base, that voting base that Neely got. Now go show me. If I'm saying you only get 20% of the black vote, and Flint is a predominantly black city, it might be 50, it might be 48, 42, something like that. Who knows? But I'm just saying, when you seeing that, and he don't even have to go get the majority, and Dr. Weaver, I believe he got the majority of the black vote, but guess what voting base she couldn't get? Couldn't crack a dent in it. And then along with you got the clerk office. So until you can get, let's be honest, until you can get that together, and until you can bust up and you heard what it said his voting base was, the whites. Let's be honest. This is what he said. This ain't what Mickey said. This is what he said. He don't give a damn. That's why you ain't got to worry. All he got to do is the little few over there, keep his little people together. He can keep the money in their pocket. He good. You know where the majority of that money going to. Let's quit playing and acting like who really running this thing right now. That's why you seeing the 7th Ward. That was the 7th Ward residents. Did you hear what he said? Ali Hokenroder got black fatigue. Like Gretchen Whitmer got Flint water fatigue. And like America.
They got a whole terminology for them being sick of hearing us talk about our plight. Now it's called black fatigue.
Black fatigue that they got. That's what America got right now for the blacks. They tried to replace y'all asses and y'all ain't wake up yet. And me included. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They tried to replace us and we ain't woke up. We sick, boss. That's all we hollering is we sick, boss.
Ms. Tia had a question. She said, why not join with JADE organization and get some solutions and learn strategies? Put your money together.
Because I like able to come on here and podcast. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to pay the price.
I'll be paying a hell of a price now, family. I'm just being honest with y'all. Y'all know we the only media group up in here can't get nobody to advertise. And the ones who did do it, Just Oil, let me shout out to her and y'all go mess with Just Oil for real. And that's the family from Dayton, Ohio. And Zayna. Y'all make sure y'all go get Zayna stuff. I mean, and I got to give a shout out to Johnny G and Miss Beverly B. Man, there's nobody want to listen, man. We have people up on there, even though on council, we speak up for them. Did y'all think they put us on the agenda? And I'm gonna say I don't know. I don't know none who will put us on the agenda for 18 to get a contract. Let's be honest. It's like we had people up on there. We had people who had got their ward money that was on there. You think they was gonna spend any of that 30,000 they got? Maybe got 2,000 spent advertising with 18. Allegedly, only 5 of them didn't like us up there. I'm just saying.
Paul said he hired Vic.
I'll keep doing what I'm doing. I'm just saying, we have to go on and be honest. Like this, and I get it because I listen. I understand what role we in. I'm being honest with y'all. I get it. What role we in. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. And y'all heard me say we only had 5 who didn't like us. But don't you know what was gonna come up there? I mean, we'll just put it on the floor to do it. That's why, you know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong. I respect certain ones that did. I respected the certain council people. Stanley, I know you would do it. I'm not gonna say I know you would do it, but who else would have been brave like that? I'm just saying, and I got respect for all of them. But you know what I'm saying? We got a Dugan commercial on here. Let me come off. Commercial. I'm just saying, you have to be real with it. Like, if you ain't part of that clique, that friends, brothers, and in-laws, you got to accept. That's why y'all see we kind of be certain stuff to come on, and I'm learning that more now. You know what I'm saying? Don't be so accessible to everybody. Because we'll go try to help everybody fight their agenda, but when it come time to fight our agenda, where they at?
That's not a good exchange of energy on my side.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying in general, this is what you fighting against that, but I get it. Certain people, if you I can't expect you to mess your money up. You know what I'm saying? Your way of eating. You know what I'm saying? I respect it. Like I ain't never one of them that's gonna be hating. I'm just saying this is the stuff that you have to put up with. Like when you battling this system, this is what you gonna fight against, and it is what it is. You got any last words, Yogi? We at that 2-hour mark.
Oh man, listen, it's been a great conversation. I tell y'all, I'm so happy to be back off the Chitlin circuit for this Friday, maybe next Friday. You never know around here. Oh, all right. Y'all heard it here live. Otis said, I'll see y'all next Friday for $5 Friday. Good people, I know I'm from the 202 and this is the 810, but it's very important that we had these conversations together because at the end of the day, history still got to be documented. Even if we don't come up with the solutions in 2026 and beyond, at least we document what's happening so that the people behind us don't have to deal with the same rapscallions. See, that's a new word for today, rapscallions.
Tell them what it is.
Yeah. They rapscallions, man. Listen, so it's $5 Friday. I'll say this every time. Just because you couldn't come up with the $5 in this 2 hours doesn't mean in the later part of the day. I know y'all waiting for Winters and Otis to get back on here, so maybe you'll get your $5 then. The goal is $50K, man, so that we can go out here and do some good work as 810 News Media Group and support a good cause other than one of them big corporations, with your little $5. It's just $5. I'm gonna keep saying it again one more time before I get up out of here. $5 Friday is in effect today, good people. And I'll see you guys in the chat around Mick, 6:30ish, maybe 7 today.
What time y'all gonna hear? You know what? I'm gonna say this right here, though. Family, we gonna be here. I gotta go finish my other work. If I am here, I probably won't be doing no talking. Cause when you're getting your grill together and getting this wisdom tooth took out, yeah, I gotta go get the. So
y'all sending a heart in the chat for Mick and his teeth. Yeah, he been battling them joints to feel like since last year.
And they all in the back. Ain't none in the front. I'm getting my stuff here.
That's what happened when you out here telling too much truth. Niggas gotta go. Your wisdom teeth gotta go, man.
I went in for one thing and they wanted to take the wisdom out. I went in to get the one I had the root canal broke. They wanted to come back and I just pray for me, family.
Mick going through. But before we go, I just want y'all to remember, man, even if it's a small conversation to a big conversation on the platform, at least you're doing your part, man. And continue to tap into 810 and tell the word of what's going on, and hopefully you'll get them some help somewhere. And if anybody ever come to DC, come holler at me, come see me. Maybe we can go on the hill together and talk to some of the people in Michigan. I'll be in the background, but I'm down to go do a little tour guide action there. So we'll see y'all on Sunday? Yeah, but just a thought. 7 p.m.
You might don't know. You might be seeing Yogi G. We're gonna put something together. You might don't know what Yogi G got going on, but this is what I do know today. That's all I'm saying. In case y'all don't know, it's $5 Friday, and we know Winter's gonna be on tonight. I mean, Ray might be incapacitated. I don't know. I'm gonna be probably highly sedated, family, and I ain't gonna be talking about it. Ain't gonna be no Vehicle City. What I'm gonna have in me. I'm going to one of the greatest drug stores in America, Rite Aid or Walgreens, to get this pain that I'm gonna need. So while y'all shooting down all the drug stores, the weed dispensaries, I will be going to y'all favorite drugstore. It'll either be Rite Aid or Walgreens.
I'm really tuning in today then.
I can't talk about Cutwater Ray today. And if y'all want to know what me and Ray conversations was like, go to my Facebook page. You can see what me and Cutwater Ray had a conversation. Peace, family. Me and Ray was talking.